Welcome back. Whether it's drinking more water, spending quality time with family, or saving an extra penny or two, everyone has their own goals when it comes to a new year.
And if excelling in your career is at the top of your list, we're pleased to say we've got you covered this morning with workplace expert Catherine Kennedy joining us now to share her hot tips on how to make your mark in 2023. Good morning to you, Catherine.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, what do we do to put ourselves in the best position to succeed next year?
Yeah, so look, I think if you can, it's a really good idea to take a really good break. Take some time to rest and recharge so that you go into the new year feeling fresh and energised. Before you get into the day-to-day of your working year, just take some time to set your goals for the year, write them down and put something in your diary at the end of every quarter to revisit those goals and see how you're going against them, and that will help to keep you on track, I think, as the year goes on.
A lot of planning.
Yes, absolutely. Planning a promotion, okay. Should you let the boss know about it if you'd like to move up that corporate ladder?
Yeah, look, absolutely, I think you should. So at people2people, with a lot of the clients that we work with, I know that bosses would much rather know about your career ambitions and career goals and have that opportunity to set out that path for you rather than be faced with an unexpected...
Or just disappoint you.
Yeah. Disappoint you. Well, yeah, but rather than being surprised by an unexpected resignation, I think they'd rather have that chance to know what you're working towards. It doesn't mean that that promotion will be forthcoming or be forthcoming in the time frame that you ideally want, but if you're at least open and transparent about where you want to get to in the long term, those opportunities will be, might become available for you.
What about asking for a pay rise?
Yes.
Awkward.
Yep, it is.
Orkies.
Yeah, orkies. Look, it's probably one of the most nerve-wracking things that we have to do in our professional career, but we all probably have to have a conversation like that at one point or another. Look, a few things I'd say: be prepared. So it shouldn't be something that you spring on your boss. It shouldn't be something that you do in the heat of the moment when you're feeling emotional. So ask for a meeting and take some time to plan what you're going to say. Do some research so you know what's happening in the market and you know what's realistic and reasonable for the sort of role that you're in. And also be prepared, which can be uncomfortable for us sometimes, but to showcase what you bring and what your value is and maybe highlight some of your achievements as well. So it really supports sort of what you're asking for.
Okay, your education is over, you're young, you're entering the workforce for the very first time. What should the young keep in mind?
I think focus on experience. So it's really about just getting as much experience as you can in those early parts of your career, understanding, look, everyone starts somewhere and sometimes you have to start at the bottom and maybe do some things that aren't what are your dream job, but to approach it with some humility, work hard and, just focus on gathering that experience to build momentum.
When you are setting your goals for the year, I mean, how realistic do you need to be? Like, do you put, I want to be CEO at the top of your list, or do you have to kind of give yourself the stepping stones in order to be able to check things off?
Yeah, look, I think you can have some big picture, audacious kind of goals that you might want to achieve in the longer term, but then I would say break it down to some more bite-sized chunks and some things, going back to SMART goals, right? Things that you'll be able to specifically achieve, in a particular time frame, and ultimately that might lead you to be the CEO or master of the universe, but it might mean you need to achieve 3 or 4 things or whatever in the interim.
Can you be overly ambitious, particularly if you're still fairly green in your field?
Yeah, look, I think you have to understand you need to walk before you can run. Yeah. So I think, understanding, going back to what I said about approaching things with some humility and understanding that you just sometimes have to do a bit of the grunt work sometimes. So, yeah, I think you need to make sure that you're not, wanting to be the CEO before you know how to make the coffee. But I do, think it's important to, if you've got ambition, be true to yourself.
Understand your surrounds.
Yeah, read the room.
Yes, absolutely. All right, that's great. Good stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Catherine.